Now, is that why we couldn't meet on the moon day?
No.
No, we just went through. That wasn't the case.
But I feel like the viewers would like to know why they're not getting their regular Pope is gay on the regular day.
No.
There's no indication that it's not going to be up on the same day just because we're not recording it.
The recording really has no bearing to what day it's uploaded, you know?
I don't know, because
Maybe they will sense it was recorded.
Yeah,
later.
like it feels weird doing this on a Wednesday, you know?
Whoa.
I'm always in a foul mood on a Monday, so, you know, they'll be like, who's this cheery chap?
I guess working at the youth centre, things can get pretty messy at the weekends. So at the weekends, it means it's a big job on Monday. So
on Monday it's just like 4 more days of this, you know.
But anyway, of course, what we are doing today, like I said at the end of last week's episode, we are doing Indian parody songs.
I don't approve.
Well,
here's the record.
Here's the thing. Like, obviously, people may be like, "Wait, Indian parody songs," and I guess the important thing to remember is it is parody, so we don't actually believe what we're saying. It's just stereotypes about India. Sorry, Michael, what were you going to say?
I just wanted to know why you had chosen for this particular time, because is there what inspired you to choose this topic?
Well, it's not a topic, Michael. It's a it's a group activity. Well,
songs from a stereotypical Indian perspective.
Yeah. So, unbeknownst to our viewers, that Dylan has actually got a spot on his head, a red dot right in the middle of his forehead, and that is actually the case. And the thing is, people may be like, "Oh, that's a bit racist. You doing that for these Indian songs?" But actually, Dylan had it last week as well. It's a new fashion choice. He's dyed his eyebrows before, and now he's dyed his forehead a bit red.
I don't know. I think someone's just pointing a sniper at me or something. I don't know.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Yeah. So that's why really. But yeah, again, people.
Now, Luke, I thought this was called "The Pope is Gay," not "The Pope is Indian."
Yeah, I know, but look, hey, India, it's a country we respect, and that's the thing. Like, we make fun of them because we respect it so much, and people may think, wait, it could be offensive, but actually, it's not going to be offensive because, of course, Michael, you have some Indian heritage, don't you?
Yeah, I've got an Indian grandma.
He's got an Indian grandma, folks.
Minna.
Sorry, what?
Minna. She's from Goa.
I wouldn't say she's a Minga.
No, not
How dare
Minga.
you say that about your own grandmother?
Minna.
Oh,
her name is Minna.
Minna.
Yeah.
How's that spelt?
Isn't that Mina?
I believe it's spelled Minna.
If you think, oh, we're being racist here, just remember that Michael's got an Indian grandmother. Is she actually Indian?
She is Indian.
See, okay, my grandmother was... This is funny. My grandmother was also born in India. So
because of colonialism.
yeah, for that reason. Not for the... Yeah, not... So I think it would be a bit... I don't know. I'd be a bit outrageous if I claimed, "Hey, I'm not being racist to India," because my grandmother,
that would be quite funny though,
who was white, was born in India because of the British colonizing it. Yeah.
Elon Musk proves that African Americans can succeed in business.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Elon Musk is like a kind of idol for African Americans, I think.
Oh, that was great when Musk he went on Twitter about the personal attacks coming for me, and then some lady replied, "Yeah, I get what you're feeling. Elon can be very difficult being a conservative African American."
That is true.
It's tough, man. Everyone expects if you're an African American to vote for the Democrats. You gotta gotta think outside the box. But yeah, so we have how many songs have we got, by the way?
I've only got one. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know how much of. I mean, maybe you're gonna dramatically contradict me here, but I'm not sure how many. It's quite a restrictive kind of topic, I think. But maybe I'm just not as creative in my bigotry as you.
Yeah, it's all about being creative with bigotry, which I hope is something that I excel in. It's something that I pride myself in. No, but seriously, what I did to get more info on India was I typed in I typed in Google Indian stereotypes. This is what I was going to say before, all the articles that I opened were like, oh yeah, this isn't actually a stereotype in India, they smell or whatever. Actually, they don't smell. And I'm like, yeah, I'm putting that in my... Well, I'm not putting that they don't smell. I was using them. Yeah. I'm trying to push back against the stereotypes. I was using that in my songs. That was helpful. But yeah, so Michael's got one song. Dylan, how many have you got?
I just have the one song.
I've got two. So what will happen
Okay.
is Michael will go first, then I'll go, then Dylan go, then I'll go. And of course, you have to sing it in an Indian accent, of course.
Yeah,
was
that's going to be a challenge.
Already one step ahead of you there.
Yes, being very respectful of their culture by doing so, of course, yes.
Well, it's a parody of Moon River,
Ooh.
and it's cool.
Wow, I can't imagine what the
Let's
central
say
point is.
cool.
Boon.
Oh,
Whoa, Dylan,
Dylan.
whoa. I mean, are we keeping that in? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
That's the most racist any of us have ever been. I mean, not really surprising given the topic of the episode, but I didn't think it'd be on about black people.
Let's delete that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I think we might have to because, of course,
yeah,
you're not covered by our disclaimer.
That is true, yeah. Dylan's the only one who gets protection from being racist because...
Yeah.
Anyway,
the
so I just...
opposite.
Yeah, the opposite. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't. So we have to edit out his racist comments.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So it's called, as you can probably imagine, Pooh River.
Oh, didn't see that.
So,
Did you actually not?
No, I did. We spoke about this earlier.
well, I told Dylan in advance what the thing was, and then he guessed Pooh River immediately.
Yeah,
so,
I was thinking maybe Shit River. Yeah.
Shit
yeah,
River.
okay,
That doesn't
so-
rhyme with moon.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Also, by the way, as is often the case, like with these kind of older songs, they like get very repetitive. So I've actually gone above and beyond what the original songwriters did and added a bit more diversity to the lyrics.
Good.
Because otherwise it would just be repeating itself, and that was boring. I do repeat myself quite a bit though, because I felt lazy. So, Pooh River, why do white men smile? I'll wash myself in style and bathe my bowels, vacate where I'll clean myself later. The place where I'm pooping's the place where I pray.
Wow.
Hindu shitters live in the third world. He'll squat down like a girl. Release the smell of shit will never end. It's nature's great you bend. To Bangladesh we'll send. River Ganges.
If it's all downstream.
My bowels vacate where I'll clean myself later. The place where I'm pooping's the place where I pray. Poo drifts where we dig our drinking wells. Don't worry if it smells disease. The smell of shit will never end. It's nature's great you bend. To Bangladesh we'll send. Pooh River Ganges. So that's the song about.
That's good.
A very sacred river.
I love, again, like me and Dylan love the one the bit where it's like, yeah, send all the poo to down to Bangladesh. Yes, that's
There we go. I'm sure they don't mind.
yes, yeah. But to be fair, it must be good, fertile.
Yeah,
for
fertilizer.
for the soil. So maybe they don't mind too
And
much.
they need crops. Like, I mean, like we all did geography back in the day at school. You know, we've all learned about Bangladesh. And
Yeah, that's a very big country, or a very dense country.
Yeah, I know, and it's got a lot of problems with flooding. So
Yeah.
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 But
Oh no, yeah.
yeah, now, oh god, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say, I'm not confident that Indians do poo in rivers and then go and wash themselves in those same rivers.
Well, it's one of the only few stereotypes we've got to go on here, so
Yes,
we'll
that
take
is
it.
true.
Again, my song does contain some references to that. Oh shit, it's me up next, isn't it? I forgot. I thought
Oh,
I
yeah,
was, I was
it
like,
is.
Dylan's next. Yeah, so
I wonder if anyone's actually done any Indian songs that are already Indian. Are we all doing like Western songs that are being repurposed? For...
yeah.
Okay.
Very Western. Yeah.
Very Western.
One of mine is as Western as you can get later. But yeah, so this song is about a rivalry between two Indian men. I'll play a bit of the tune here. You should know what it is. Or Dylan. I bet Dylan will. You recognise that, Dylan?
No.
Okay. Well, Hopefully you will. You would be so hot if you were a stripper. I'd love you in my bed. I don't live near a river, so I'm not that smelly. I love that dot on your head. Your boyfriend is short, weak, and flabby. I'm tall at 5'3". Don't marry Chaka, fuck man deep. Love your light shines like a sword. Thank God your family survived the partitioning. I have a PD in archaeology, even though I work at a call centre just listening. Please grab my sweaty bollocks. I'll pay you 82 rupees. Don't marry Chaka, fuck man deep. And the Sunday sun shines down on the Mumbai Bay. Chaka is eating curry, gaining so much weight. You have to wash his cow while he plays cricket at the park. Don't marry Chaka, fuck Mandeep. Those lovely Sunday mornings, with breakfast delivered in my moped. Chaka might be a secret Muslim, he's so evil I'd shoot him in the head. Or I'd put him in a cage with a tiger and throw away the key. Don't marry Chaka, fuck Mandeep. And his kitchen's never tidy, and his bathroom's never clean. Well, there's Korean shit on everything when it should be outside on the street. You could be my darling angel, even if you smell of pee. Don't marry Chaka, fuck Mandeep. And the Sunday sun shines down on the Mumbai Bay. Chaka is just trying to get into Bollywood 'cause he's gay. You have to wash the cow while he plays cricket at the park. Don't marry Chaka, fuck Mandeep.
That was it was good.
It's really good.
Yeah. How do you look?
That was
Why
good.
You look grim. You're grimacing when you say that, Dylan.
I was just thinking, that kind of puts mine to shame. Cause, yeah.
No,
Anyway.
you always say this. You always say, "Oh, that puts mine to shame." Oh, mine's not going to look so good now, and then it's always very good. I guess.
Actually for this week, I actually find mine very funny. But
Well, there you go.
I think it's actually not, because it's just so stupid.
Okay.
Well, to me, a lot of mine, especially my next song is very.
But actually, as soon as you said Indian parody songs, this was kind of like written. In 5-10 minutes.
Because of course, as we all remember, last week's episode, you were falling over yourself after you said yourself, "Get out of my shop," and you could not contain your. As is the case now, you could not contain your laughter. And so is it going to be something to do with that? I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Right.
I'm not going to say what the song's called, but I'm going to say the song I'm parodying. It's a song by Jason Derulo about going into nightclubs and taking women home and having sex with them without their consent, called In My Head.
Yeah. I've been working on my Jordan Peterson impression on the subject of accents.
Oh, okay.
Not that I will do it now.
Well, maybe that can be your topic.
Not that I will be doing it now.
It's just basically, it's Kermit. It's Canadian Kermit, really.
Hey, Miss Piggy. Oh, hello, Kermit.
This is bad.
This is not making it to the final edit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, sometimes
I don't know when you're not funny. This is what we're ending on. Just going to splice it in at the end.
Yeah.
Ravi Singh Betty. Oh, hello, guys. Everybody come in my shop. Oh, got the finest things in stock. Oh, pack up Skittles on my spot. No, but I see teenagers coming. No. Just leave, please, right now. You are not welcome, no. I'll call policeman, he'll tell you to go. I pray to Vishnu, you get out, you go. I see you leaving, now you're leaving. Get out of my shop. You misunderstand the sign in my shop. It's only one teen at a time in my shop. Don't take lion bar in my shop. You're leaving my shop. You're leaving my shop. Oh yes, in my shop. Oh, yes. You want to find a good bargain? Yes. Well, then I think you best come in. Yes. My customers get all the best deals. Yes. Ravi's got good business acumen. Amen. Welcome, good sir. You can buy sausage roll, samosa or Fanta or nice Mintero. Pepperami, your choice of alcohol. I'm selling all of these things. There's variety in my shop. I sell tuna casserole in my shop. I sell white Kinder Bueno in my shop. You telling your friends about my shop. You'll keep coming to my shop. You keep coming to my... Break it down. Oh, just girl, come into my shop right now. Girl, check out aisle 3 right now. Special offer on the cakes you should see. Pay £1 for each or get 4 cakes for free.
Wow,
No place is cheaper, you are leaving me. I see you coming back, you're coming back to my shop. Lots of savings you can make in my shop. You might as well pay and Jocko Morrison's royalty is my shop. You're going to my shop. You're going to my shop. Yes, we accept the Apple Pay in my shop.
Wow.
Come and find bargains today in my shop. Don't go Sainsbury or Tesco to my shop. You're going to my shop. You're going to my shop.
Well done. Yeah, I like how it started off him blamed the teenager and then became basically an ad for
Advertising
for his shop. Yes.
Which, to be fair, like, that's not a bad way of marketing. Like, make a viral video of you harassing being harassed by teenagers.
Yeah.
Tell them to get out of your shop, and then suddenly just say that, oh, and by the way, I've got these good bargains too.
I tell you what, there is, like, obviously we're never going to release the video, but like the visual of Dylan singing that song with his Indian accent, and then with the fucking red dot on his head. The red dot on his head. It is just the most racist thing.
I just want to... The line that I fluffed over was, in my shop, you might as well not pay and take.
Dylan's was the perspective of somebody from the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
it was.
Yeah, because obviously in India it would be all the British people, white British people who are owning shops.
Yeah, so that's
how it works.
It's the other way around here.
Yeah.
Like the Indians are there kind of like, antagonizing the shopkeeper. They're like, excuse me, I've asked you to get out. Please vacate the premises.
Or are you going to say, get out of my shop? Oh, that is so funny. You should do that again, Vikram. That is very funny. Oh, get out of my shop. Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, that's how it goes down.
What a silly accent.
Get out of my shop.
The other callback to last week was I rhymed the word go with the word go.
Well, that's clever.
Yeah, so it's interesting. You can do a contrast, I guess. You can do someone who is actually lives in India, or you can do, of course, someone who is lives in Britain, who is of Indian descent. Yeah, so like this, for mine, it's very offensive. This one.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Like, come on, Luke. What, are you trying to offend the Indian people?
No. I mean, look. At the end of the day, sticks and stones will break my bones, which is, of course, the bones. Yeah, sticks and stones will break my bones, just like the colonizers did. But we are not, of course. We are woke, so we would never colonize India. We'll just insult them with our language. Yeah. So again, this is very offensive. I recognize there was at one point, Michael, where I kind of agree with you. Well, yours was all about shitting in rivers, and I can, and like I was like, yeah, I was kind of leaning on that quite a bit again. Like, again, right. So again, you'll recognize the song immediately as I play it. Again, a very very Western song, as Western as you can get.
Greetings, loved ones.
Oh wow. This is brilliant. I love it already.
I know a place where the grass isn't cleaner. Warm, wet and reviled. There must be some shit in the water. We're friends with Jews, but we don't like the Chinese. Kashmir, Muslims, we break their necks. Their toes are lower than the Sikhs. You could travel the world, but nothing is as gross as a garbage-filled corpse. Sorry, I can't stop.
Dylan loves it.
Sorry, Luke, it's very good. Sorry, Luke.
I've practiced this before. I practiced and didn't laugh that much. It was just Dylan's laughter.
Yeah, Dylan does have contagious laughter.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
It's very good, Luke.
Yeah. Oh no! Fuck me. That's not.
I like the bit about how because they are really friendly with the Jews.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Like whenever Israel does anything, you'll always have Indians in the comments like,
Yes.
yes, do it.
I support you.
Well, let's restart. I don't think the rest will be as funny, but whatever. Let's go.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. You could travel the world, but nothing is as gross as a garbage-filled corpse. Won't you party with us? The smell will make you throw up. Whoa. Calcutta baby girls, they're really terrible. I got the back. I love it so much.
Wow.
Please.
Let me go.
Oh,
Calcutta girls.
Jesus Christ. Oh God, right. See? Like being racist is funny. Right, I'll try again. Right. Calcutta baby girls, they're really terrible. Skin makes me puke, they need a mop. Americans' girls' skin so hot, their whiteness is magical. Whoa. Calcutta baby girls, they're undesirable. Need 10 beers before you make them grab your cock. East Coast represent, cows I'd rather fuck. Whoa. Sexy white girl on the beach. I watch from behind a bush and my penis grows. I don't think I'm a creep, because there's 60 others doing it and taking photos. Oh. You could travel the world, but nothing is as gross as a brown sewage course. Once you party with us, the smell will make you throw up. Whoa. Calcutta baby girls, they're really terrible. Covered in poop with flies on top. American girls' skin so hot, the hygiene is magical. Calcutta baby girls, they're undesirable. Diarrhea is severe, it gets all over your cock. East Coast represent, you can drink that shit from a cup. Clone, tanned, fat and sweaty. They spend all day making curry.
Yeah, that was, I knew as soon as I realised you were going to do a rap verse, I knew it was going to break Dylan. That's really funny.
Hello, Snoop Dogg.
She's Snoop Doggy Dog Dog.
It's Snoop Dogg in my shop.
Here we go. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to make Dylan laugh, the Indian...
I told you I'm in a better mood on a Wednesday.
Yeah, really. I mean, we can never do parody songs on a Wednesday again, clearly.
Right, yeah.
Right, let's go again.
There's a rap.
Yeah. God, fucking hell. Those, yeah, you can drink your shit from a cup. Whoa. Clone, tanned, fat and sweaty. They spend all day making curry. Wild, East Coast. These are the girls I rape the most. I mean the ones. I mean they're from the slums. Kiss her, touch her, but I hardly come. The girls are weak, they look like sheep, and none are unique. I'd be okay, I would pay all my money for a white girl named Kate. Very hot and balmy spring. Summertime it rains every day. Vishnu and Shiva banging out. All the cows hanging out. Streets are grimy and filthy. No genies. I sell child brides to make my rupees. Kabuti my lady. And look at here, baby. I'm all up on you without your consent, cause this is Calcutta, baby girls, they're really terrible. Some like dudes, I hate their dumb spot. American girl skin so hot, the purity is magical. Whoa. Calcutta, baby girls, they're undesirable, but at least I'm not queer. If you are, you should get shot. East Coast represent. Pakistan should get blown up. Calcutta baby girls, man. Calcutta. I really wish they weren't so dark, man. Girls.
Wow, that was a astute lampooning of Indian toxic masculinity.
Yes, again.
Good political commentary. See, actually, the thing is, no, that wasn't bad though, because like essentially, while you could say that was very offensive, the whole thing was written from the perspective of an Indian man.
Yes,
like in attacking his. See, the thing is, for example, like, and it was like an Indian man being offensive towards Indian girls.
Yes.
Whereas, like, so actually, in many ways, that was arguably the least offensive because, if anything, it was a commentary on the attitudes of the Indian man in question.
Yes.
Rather than just being about Indians pooing in rivers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought it was
or telling people to get out of their shop.
Exactly. There is a...
Yeah, I think it would have broken Dylan if you would have found a way to work that in, like, I don't know, like, white girls let you into their shop.
They do not have sign on the door.
So many deals, the bargain don't stop.
Oh, God, yeah.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Did we stop was it 3 times we stopped, or was it twice?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It could have been, I think it was at least 3. Like,
Yeah.
More than 2.
No,
definitely.
I heard Dylan laughing at some point, and I'm powering through. We can't stop anymore.
You can't
yeah.
stop anymore.
We can't stop.
You've got to ignore me.
We got to get to the end. But yeah, you're right. It's a lampooning. Obviously, Indians' toxic masculinity. Obviously, what was the line that I had? Oh yeah, I mean, these are the girls I rape the most because, of course, you know, I'm not. It's going to be a serious discussion. I meant to be instigating, hopefully, with this parody song, a serious discussion about sexual assaults in India.
No,
it is a problem.
It's a very serious topic, actually.
It's a serious topic.
Yeah.
Deserves all the attention it can get.
And I think if you're laughing, you're learning. End of the day.
Yeah, if you are laughing, you are learning. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, so again, it's not really that offensive. So yeah, no one can complain about that. Yes. So topics then. Who wants to go first?
I don't want to go first.
Okay. Dylan, you go first then.
Why do we call them red onions when they're purple?
Now that's a good question.
That's not what I'm doing. Okay. So
That would have been a 10 out of 10 for me.
It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. I remember there was a time when Luke, you ordered something to the house, but you accidentally delivered it to the wrong address.
You know, I feared it was going to be this, and I was like, I hope it's not that, because this isn't that funny.
No.
It sounds funny to me.
We never got to the bottom of it.
Well, we did.
Did we actually?
I mean,
Did we
I sent
actually
it
get to the bottom.
I sent it to the wrong house. That's all.
And but what happened to the weights? So Luke ordered himself some weights, and they went to the wrong house.
I do remember this story vaguely. I remember how hilarious it was.
Well,
But
you
elaborate.
don't. Well, I don't suspect you do because you weren't here with us. Because I ordered it to the house we lived in the last year. It was just me and Dylan.
Why do I feel like I guess somebody must have told me it because I
Maybe.
definitely remember. Well,
What a legendary story!
It would.
okay, I'm ready for this.
I just love the idea of him going back to the old house and.
Yeah. By the time you get there, they have the advantage of having buffed themselves up. So they'd be like,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, well."
To be fair, the weights. The reason why I didn't carry them back is number one, they were very cheap, and I was just like, right, I'm not gonna. I basically I would need probably a taxi to carry them back, without my arms hurting really for a long time. And I was like, the taxi's just going to be a fucking. I might just well order it again, online. Something like that.
Could you remind me where you lived in fourth?
Well, we
year?
can't really. I don't know. Can we?
Well, see, I think you can because, like, at the end of the day, like, I kind of find it funny that I could, like, for example, say a random address right now, 7 Fulford Road. If I say that, what happens if I just say that address?
I mean, that's getting.
I'm giving out someone else's address, but like, it's just a random. We didn't even live there.
No, we didn't.
It's just somebody lives there.
I don't.
Somebody lives at 7
I
Fulford
see
Road.
what you're doing, yeah.
So
Hey.
yeah, somebody lives at 7 Fulford Road, and like, what's gonna happen if like someone shows up outside their house, like this address was mentioned, like an Indian guy.
Hello, are you?
I don't know.
Are you
why
the
your
one
address
who
is
made
mentioned.
fun of my country on the popular podcast? The pub is
Well,
gay.
I was thinking.
So okay,
Well,
right.
so there were 2 things I wanted to know. Firstly, how much did the weights cost, and how
That's
much
an
did they,
important
how
question.
much did the weights weigh?
There's 2 very good questions.
So yeah, so I think the weights cost around £10, probably, maybe a bit more. I can't
Cheap.
remember. Yeah, but they were like, that's the thing. It was a really good deal, which is why I got it. It was quite a few weights, like different
Oh, okay.
different weights and like.
So that's why you can. Because I was just like picturing you like just getting 2 weights and just walking.
No,
back
no,
and just
no,
going
I
was
was
like-
assuming it was a set actually.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Yeah, it was a set. No, if that was the case, Dylan, that would be very easy. No, it was a whole set of weights which weighed like quite a lot, and I think
I owned a bike at the time. We could have.
How would we have done that? What?
We could have taped it to the bike or something. You could probably like balance
Taped
it.
them, yeah. The story of Dylan not being a hero and helping you reminds me of the time when I broke my bike and then Jack helped me carry my bike home because I like called him. So I like, can you meet me and help me carry half of it? Anyway, so he did, and it leads to the additional humorous story, which is that we were walking along, and some police pulled up, and they were
Michael,
like,
I was
"Excuse
there.
me."
I was there with you.
You were there for this?
Yeah. So you, where were you going again? Sorry.
Well, I was going to football.
Yeah. So you were going
But,
to
like, I would've-
Trinity Church
yeah, but-
football. Yeah. So I
You
was.
can't say that.
You can't say the name of the church.
Can't
in
name
York.
anything.
Yeah. So you and Jack were going to Trinity Church, and I was just behind you, just right outside our house when the police.
No. I just realised this is it. No, Luke, but actually that's kind of a funny thing. You're remembering you're remembering another time I got spoken to by the police.
Yeah.
How many times did you get spoken to by the police?
Yeah, okay, no, yeah. So I'm remembering you're remembering the time when I gave Jack a backie. So this is almost the opposite in a way. Because the story I'm talking about is Jack helping me carry a bike, whereas the story you're talking about is my bike helping me carry Jack.
Yes.
But then the police pulled up came to speak to us, and they were like, actually, it's illegal to give somebody, and they used like a very specific regional term for it. Oh, it's illegal to do a clubble wob.
The thing is,
This is how they sounded. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable. They would there was like 3 of them or 2 of them or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they were doing there. Just like outside the university, outside like our house in a residential area. I don't know what the fuck they were there for. But yeah.
Probably
They
the meth
suspected
lab.
you were dangerous or something.
Yeah.
Just giving each other a
Yeah.
backy.
No, yeah. I mean, you were decked out in all black probably because, it was fucking...
Yeah,
It's
cold,
not
yeah.
proper cycle attire. What would Kyle say?
That is true, actually.
Oh, yeah. Can I put someone else in the back of the bike?
Where's your helmet?
Yeah.
Where's your reflective jacket?
No, so the police, I remember what happened. So you were just ahead of me and the police told you
Yeah.
off. And then this female police officer shouted back at me because I was cycling and I got off because I realised the issue with my bike was, of course, no one was on the back. I didn't have a light on my bike.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, I didn't have a light. So I got off my bike because I knew, oh shit, she's going to tell me off. So, and then
Yes.
I was just walking with, so I was walking with my bike, and she shouted back at me, so, you better not be getting on that, because she could see I didn't have a light. And I was like, no, absolutely not. No, don't need to worry there,
Yeah.
officer.
And like that's the thing. Like, what do you do as a police officer when somebody's obviously lying to you? Like, there's no way. And to be honest, I actually think that once we got past them, I probably continued to give Jack a backy too. Probably.
Oh, yeah,
The
and-
alternative would have to have been he walked the whole way.
Yeah,
It
and
seems unlikely.
And I got back on my bike, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Outer
what
lights.
are they going to do? They didn't have a car. They couldn't catch us, you know.
That is true. Yeah, we were more mobile than them.
Yeah. And they didn't know where we lived either, because, you know, they didn't see us coming out of our house. So, yeah.
Yeah,
And-
the law
and-
was powerless to stop us.
You don't have any licenses or any identifiable features on the bike.
That is true. Yeah, exactly.
that is
and
true,
because we were
yeah.
wearing all black, because we were all wearing our anarchist outfits, they couldn't do anything about it. No, yeah.
And
So,
I would hope as well, Jack had his hair covered, so the gingerness didn't stand out as well.
Oh, yeah,
like he,
yeah,
had a
that's true,
he was
yeah.
wearing a hoodie. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
probably
feel
the reason we were profiled in the first place.
Yeah. Just one more on bikes, because this conversation has really gone to bikes now.
Yeah, no, yeah. Good topic,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Great
I'm
topic,
doing
Dylan.
well here. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've only.
Imagine how much
I'm
worse
ex-
it would be if Kyle was here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm expecting a high score here.
I came back from Easter break or whatever. Of course, you know, we all left and came back at different times, and somebody had used my bike, and my bike had a nail in its tyre. And nobody told me about it, which was very frustrating. So I had to basically, just fix the bike. But do you know anything about that or not? I'm just interested.
No. I'm really annoyed because I wish that I could offer you some closure on this, but as far as I don't remember anything about that happening.
You know,
About like a nail, like was it like a big?
No, I mean,
yeah, I guess
it was a little nail in the bike that I think somebody had ridden over somehow. So Dylan's laughing. Do you know what happened, Dylan?
I don't. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you know what you should
Yeah.
do, Lee? You should get onto the little group chat that we've got and just
Oh, yeah.
say, you know, however many years ago it was. Does anyone
Yeah,
know
like
who put
5
that
years
nail-
ago. Yeah.
Does anyone
Yeah.
know
Well,
who put
at
that
this
nail in
point-
my bike?
The statute of limitations or whatever it is run out.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully some of the criminal acts can come forward.
The thing is,
I mean, at this point, I can probably admit that I irreparably bent the spine to Kyle's Batman #1 comic.
his comic. Oh my god, yeah.
And he was so angry about
I
it.
remember that. Did you do that on purpose?
I did
Oh my god. What the?
just to.
You're a
just to
psychopath,
harm-
man. His face.
to-
Look, Kyle only loved two things: bikes and Batman. And you fucking took that comic and destroyed it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bikes
That's
and
horrible.
Batman.
I lived my beaks and I let my Batman.
To the bike mobile.
Well, you know what, Batman? You should get a bike. None of this Batmobile stuff. You should get a bike, Batman. Some nice lycra. It'll suit you.
Tandem for you and Robin to go on.
You and Robin, you at the front, him on the rear.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you if I get a new set of weights. Was
I
the other
did.
question
I
was
did.
gonna-
Yes, again because it wasn't very expensive. So yes, I could get the weights. And yes,
I quite like
Oh,
how,
so
how
the
that,
deal hadn't expired.
I quite like how in the old house. Oh look, box of weights. There we go. I'll just there we go.
yeah. I mean, I hope they made good use out of it. You know, like I hope that someone got those weights and then turned their life around.
I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon they're still at the house now in a box, and it's just been unopened. It's just kind of been carried down from like house to
Yeah.
house.
Okay, so let's.
And every single person who leaves it is getting charged for it by the renting company.
Yeah, literally. I may have fucked them over there. You've left some weights in our house. They weren't there when we got there, so that's 50 quid off your deposit.
Yeah, because no, literally, like the thing is, when we left that. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the second year house. When we left the second year house, they charged us for loads of stuff we'd left. But the reason we left that stuff is because it was there when
Yeah.
we got there in the first place.
Yeah.
So like
Apart from
like
the bill
it leads to
table.
the logical conclusion that they were charging us to. But the thing is, I don't know if we left the pool table. Maybe we did.
No, but that's the
But,
thing. So
like-
they want, if for that logic, they wanted us to take that stuff which we didn't bring. So they wanted
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
and
They
that would
wanted us to rob
somehow
them.
mean we didn't lose our deposit if we took stuff from them. Which is
Yeah.
fucking landlords in this country, man. ridiculous.
They're the real criminals.
Literally, unironically, yes. So let's rate Dylan's topic.
Let's wait my topic.
Yes. You go first, Dylan. Yeah, that works as well. Wait, yeah.
Yeah,
Out of
thanks.
10. Yeah.
I think I'll give the weight topic an 8.
Okay, Michael.
I suppose, based on functionality, I suppose I'll give it a 7.
You're giving.
Because it wasn't, But again, that's just because it functioned in terms of other people being able to riff off of
we
it.
get it.
Which raises the score, surely,
Yeah, well, to a 7.
Yeah.
Because just to clarify, Dylan, if other people hadn't riffed off it, it wouldn't be a 7. If all it was
Yes.
Luke forgot.
Michael is taking that into account, Dylan. Yes. So I am also going to give it a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means Dylan is on 22, which is a respectable score, Dylan. Respectable score. So with my topic this week, I wanted to talk about a man called John Saul. Do you know who he is, guys?
No.
John Saul. So he was also known as Jack Saul and Dublin Jack, and was an Irish prostitute. He featured in 2 major homosexual scandals as a character in 2 works of pornographic literature of the period. Considered notorious in Dublin and London, and made infamous by the sensational testimony he gave in the Cleveland street scandal. Is this bringing anything, into your memory, guys? Have you heard about this?
This guy.
No.
No? Okay, right. Well, basically, you know what? I should have probably looked at the Wikipedia page before I decided I was going to do this, because I've got to find the funny information. Actually, I didn't think this is
Saul.
I don't think this is that funny.
No.
Oh no, Luke's gonna lose.
3.
You should have. If only this Saul guy had lost some weights or sent us to the wrong house.
Well,
That's real comedy.
You've locked in your topic, Luke.
Fuck.
You can rescue this. Talk about. Let's make it. So it's about he's Irish and he's gay.
Let's make it about imagine a gay leprechaun.
Oh,
You're like,
I like
Torty tour.
Oh,
Gay.
I like cock. Oh, there's a pot of cock at the end of the rainbow. Oh.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, it is rainbow.
This is good. You're rescuing it.
So, a biography of Saul, The Sins of Jack Saul, was written by a guy called Glenn Chandler, who was the writer of a television detective series, Taggart. And why didn't he call that series about John Saul Taggart instead? Surely that would be.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh.
But think about more.
See, what I like about this is it kind of this is how it would be if Luke was doing stand-up and he was getting nervous and he was kind of awkwardly kind of repeating his notes. There was this guy and he wrote this thing about Taggart, but because it's gay, it would be faggot, and then the audience just awkwardly laughs. Luke takes out, he drops his notes on the floor.
Come on.
Starts awkwardly picking up
So given testimony in the Cleveland street scandal, John Saul called himself a professional Marianne, a period euphemism for a rent boy. Does that mean he was part of the Chelsea supporters club as well?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on, guy? Did you hear that? No. What? Let's switch topics to talk about Chelsea being rent boys, Dylan. Do you find
Let's talk about how on BBC News, they
funny,
reported that Man United were rubbish.
And the BBC News is highly reliable.
Yeah, I don't care about them. They fucking they don't report what happens in Israel Palestine correctly. They're very biased towards the IDF. So
you're basically saying Man United. Imagine if they did Palestine is rubbish. Sticking the news together.
Yeah, honestly, it might not be surprising. So I can't take their reporting seriously on whether Man United are rubbish. They've lost my trust, frankly. Maybe Man United are the greatest team the world has ever seen, but we don't know.
What was
one time they also published Arsenal is great, but they were actually referring to Israel's arsenal of chemical weapons.
Yes. Oh, fuck. I've just seen fucking Jose Mourinho has won the Europa Conference League.
Oh, he'll never be quiet about that.
Oh, God. The worst thing about Mourinho doing well is you always hear stuff about him, managing Man United. And
he got them second. That was his greatest ever achievement.
Yeah, which is complete bullshit, because the only reason we got second that year because David De Gea produced the greatest goalkeeping performance in the history of goalkeeping. and that's we our XG was like 6th best in the league that year. So it was nothing, not down to him. And the 2 seasons he managed Tottenham were the 2 seasons that that Tottenham both finished outside of the top 4. So I just want to point that out as well.
Weren't you really excited though when you got Mourinho?
I was, because we didn't get.
Very excited.
I tell you why, because we didn't have Van Gaal anymore, and it was that was why. And I was very excited we got Solskjaer because we didn't have Mourinho anymore. I was very excited we got Ranić because we didn't have Solskjaer anymore.
Oh, but Ranić, that's exciting, that isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was an interim from the start, so it's hard to judge.
No,
how...
sorry, not Ranić. No, Ten Hag.
Oh yeah, Ten Hag. I love the way Ten Hag says club. He goes, "This is a big club," like that. This is a big club, which of course is funny because he's Dutch and he can't say club in an English way.
Yeah. Unless it's a fucking club with prostitutes in it.
Which is what John Saul, of course. Was into. He was doing that, yeah. So there should really be like a Netflix series, a way to reinvigorate Netflix. I want a fucking John Saul biopic. Yeah.
I feel like there has to be like a pun on like Better Call Saul, but like I don't know. Better Saul's balls.
Better call Saul's balls. Better drain Saul's balls.
We can ball Saul.
What about like it's about picking up Saul and it's like Better Pull Saul?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, who would play John Saul in this biopic?
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Well, I was thinking of an Irish actor, maybe Colin Firth, maybe.
Saoirse Ronan.
Hi, Colin Firth. Hi, how you go, Colin Firth? Hi, hello, Colin. How are you doing? Oh, hey, Timothy Toye.
Great, thank you, Dylan.
Just as Colin Firth sounds. Oh, I'm King George. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, I've got a stammer. Oh,
maybe if I just let him do his shit Irish impersonations, he'll give me a
hold
high.
a minute. Aren't we confusing Colin Firth with Colin Farrell?
Yes, I think. Did I say Colin Firth? I meant Colin Farrell.
I don't know which one. All I know is that Dylan started talking. I was like, hold a minute, King George.
Dylan, that's a yeah. Oh my god, did you actually think Colin Firth was Irish, Dylan?
Well, no, I didn't think he was. I was just making fun of the fact that he said he was Irish.
Oh
yes, I'm in the wrong. I'm in the Bridget Jones's diary.
This reminds me last week of the time you didn't correct me when I said Jordan Fashanu, when of course it was Justin, and you refused to tell me because you're a little sneaky bitch, Dylan, who continued. Who continued letting me make mistakes.
By the way, do you hear that Justin Henderson didn't make the England squad?
It's not as... Look, Dylan, you can make fun of me all you like, but fucking what was David Jameson for Jake Daniels will never...
Daniels. Wait, what is his name? It was Jake Daniels.
It was Jake Daniels, yes. To be fair, it is quite a forgettable name, I will say. Anyway.
So I got his surname and first name mixed up, and then I just kind of chose a different name beginning with D, a different name beginning with J.
Yeah.
The Premier League are desperate for a gay player. I mean, we spoke about this last week.
I don't think they really are. I think you and your racist Tory friend who apparently thinks... That's who you were talking about, right? When you said you were talking with your friend, right?
I mean, I actually that video from like about a month ago, we spoke about the kind of the white guy. It's like, yo, I'm not done anything wrong, sort of thing. Do you remember?
Wait,
that?
what are you on about, Dylan?
It's like that Sam. It was like
the white Macklemore.
It was like the Sam Bender guy.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
Tom McDonald.
I actually sent it to him, and he said to me, oh, here we go. No. These stupid cunts read it again. Some entitlement that we breed in this country, those through leftist movements like BLM. No, that's not it.
What? Hold on, what the fuck? This guy is like more than just... Maybe I am right. He's more than just a Tory saying stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, he used to be very left wing. Oh yeah, I sent the video.
Oh, you know who else used to be left wing? Mussolini.
Yeah. And then he realised it didn't kind of work for him. So yeah,
I mean that kind of just proves how annoying socialists are. Mussolini used to be one, and then after hanging out with a bunch of socialists, he became a fascist.
Yeah, no,
can't argue with that.
Anyway, what did he say, Dylan?
So anyway, so he sent me on the same day something about the leftist tax policy needs to end. Anyway, then I sent.
This is great. This guy sounds like a really normal, well-adjusted individual.
Yeah, it was about the French election. He's not. He wanted Le Pen to win the French election.
Fantastic!
Wow, incredible, this guy.
Yeah.
And so the Tom McDonald thing.
I actually agree with what he was saying. It's true. We live in a society of reverse racism.
Yeah. Right.
Reverse racism.
So let's rate my topic then. And of course, actually, just before Dylan rates it, I'm going to say I tried something last week and it worked. Let me try it again. Dylan, get out of my shop.
Now he's going to rate you down for the pandering.
Hey, Luke, get out of my shop.
Oh no! I just wanted a lion bar, sir.
Do not take lion bar.
Okay, can I have a rating, please, Dylan?
You get yourself a nice 7.
Great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think basically I'm pretty much feeling like it's something like the same difference between your and Dylan's topic. I mean, I'm probably just going to say a 7. Yeah, 7.
Okay, and so, I think a 7 is fair as well, and means Dylan is in the lead by 1. Dylan has got 22, I've got 21.
Get out of my shop, everybody.
Yeah, I think it'd be really funny if that topic, my topic, won, which... But of course, we have to keep the integrity of the topics.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Of course. It's
so-
like Come Dine With Me. There's this woman who, like... Just
Yeah, you
rates
told
it.
You told us this before. Anyway, Michael, can we have a topic?
Yeah. So this is a radically different change of direction in that it's basically going to be much closer to a monologue rather than... And it's a while ago I said that there was a very long joke I was fond of. And I said
How
it was
long
so
is
long,
the joke?
so long as to have to be a topic. Okay. So, once upon a time, there was a boy who got bullied at school every single day.
Was he called
had-
Dylan?
Yeah, he had terrible acne. Yeah, we'll call him Dylan.
To be fair, Dylan, right now you do have terrible acne with that spot on your
true,
head. Yes.
Yeah. So Dylan had terrible acne.
He's
and
wiping
he
it
would
off
be-
right now.
He would be bullied at school every single day. Every day, someone would make fun of him. They'd shove him in the lockers. They'd give him a swirly in the toilet. Sometimes after it hadn't been flushed, and you know what the state of the toilets are like. And all the girls hated him and they made fun of him, and you know they'd do things like they'd ask him out as a joke, like they'd dare each other to talk to Dylan because he was just so unappealing and reviled by every single person in the school. Now one day Dylan, after a particularly savage day of being abused, he comes home and he's excited because it's his birthday, you know, so he's like, well, you know, my family's gonna be there. And he gets there and he finds out that there's been a home invasion. His entire family have been killed, and killed is not the right term. Really, they were butchered. His dad was burned alive.
Well,
His mother
Michael, at least he's living with his dad.
His mother was raped. His younger sister was skinned and impaled and dismembered, and his dog had run away. And he realized he was homeless.
Well, that's a comparison.
So, yeah. And he realized he was homeless. So he ended up living in a foster home. And in the foster home, things were even worse for him. He was sad all the time, and he wasn't getting any attention at all. The one place where he could have gone to find some solace from the consistent abuse had been taken from him. So he was, feeling pretty down, and eventually he started getting into issues with crime, drugs, ended up going to prison where he would similarly get abused, and found himself really having some uncomfortable experiences in the showers, and eventually
at least you're not gay, Dylan.
Yeah, he gets out of prison, and he's kind of like, and then he eventually gets out of his foster home. He's not really, been able to achieve very much, so he decides to join the army. And he's out there, and he makes a friend in the army. He finally feels like maybe things are going okay, and he starts to make a buddy, a good friend. We'll call him Luke, a good friend called Luke. And Luke's always there for him. Luke's always backing up Dylan. Like when Dylan first gets there, he's a bit skinny. He's not really much to be impressed by. And some of the recruits start razzing him. And Luke comes in and says, "Hey, ease off, Dylan." He's like,
just like I did in our house. Just like I did in our house.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So Dylan comes to see Luke as a best friend of sorts, and frankly his only friend he's ever had in his life. But when they go off to do a tour of duty, they walking along, and then suddenly there's an explosion, and Luke has stepped on a landmine. He's been completely blown up, except for his face, which is just or his head, which is just like there, like staring lifelessly at Dylan. And Dylan can't move because his legs have been horrendously injured, and his face has been burnt and disfigured. He gets back to his home country, and there's no support for him as a veteran. So he ends up just being homeless, begging on the street. But eventually, he decides to commit himself to hunting down his old dog. So he starts kind of traveling around, retracing steps, just looking to see if anybody has any information. And perhaps almost miraculously, he is able to kind of work out where this dog went to, a certain, this dog eventually ended up in a pound, and then working out who adopted the dog, and then kind of going to see them. And each time, it's difficult for him. He's missing meals, he's sleeping rough, he's even having to do some, unsavory things to just make ends meet when it comes to, money and stuff like that. Sometimes you wouldn't believe the way a man would debase himself for just a warm bed and a dry night and a roof over his head.
With Dylan, I can though. So
yeah.
Well,
anyway,
this Dylan's a survivor. He'll do what it takes to survive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So he eventually ends up finding the dog, and he finds him with an old couple. But at this point, the dog is also very old. I mean, you got to bear in mind this dog was around, as his childhood friend when he was a child himself, and now he's quite a bit older. But this dog is old now, and the dog is actually on death's door. So Dylan gets there only really in time to see this dog kind of live out its last few days. But fortunately, the dog actually had a puppy, so he decides, he speaks to the company and says, hey, you've got a litter of puppies here. Is it okay if I take one of these? It's like older. Obviously the dog had a puppy when it was kind of younger in age. So he takes the dog and he decides to go off on his way. He doesn't want to impose himself on this family anymore. So he's out hanging out, kind of, exploring. And then one morning, he wakes up and he hears some yelping, and he realizes that his dog has kind of gone swimming or perhaps fallen into a nearby lake, and it's struggling to get out. So he runs to a bridge kind of going over the lake, and he dives in and he goes to get the dog, but unfortunately it's too late. The dog has drowned. But suddenly a enterprising looking gentleman called Michael walks up to him and says, oh my goodness, that was the most incredible dive I've ever seen. That was perfect. I used to be a judge of diving at the Olympics, and I know what perfection looks like in diving, and that was perfect. It was, you could not do better. And I would like to employ you to dive as an attraction for my cruise ship that I'm starting. And Dylan's like, oh, yeah, okay, really? So you run a cruise ship? And he's like, yeah, Michael. It's like, yeah, the cruise ship is called the Titanic 2. And Dylan's like, oh, the Titanic 2. And Michael's like, yeah, it's really struggling to get many people who want to go on it. Because of the association. And I've really tried to go against that negative perception, because I just like the name, I just think it's a good name, but I recognize that it's going to rub people the wrong way.
Sorry, Dylan, have you heard this before? Is that why you're laughing so much?
I just think he likes the idea of the Titanic too.
I mean, yeah, okay.
That's a great name for a ship.
Yeah. So basically, He's like, I've tried to assuage people's fears by making this just the most reinforced hull of a ship ever. The hull of the ship is titanium. It's like nothing could pierce it. We've even we did a publicity stunt where we actually rammed into an iceberg just to prove the point that there wasn't going to be an issue. Like, that's how much we're committed to making clear that this ship, nothing can get through it. It's really serious business, but still people aren't showing up. But we forget if we have you, the best diver ever, to be on it, then that could work out. So Dylan of course agrees, getting to hang out on a cruise ship, and he travels the world on this cruise ship diving, and people actually do end up being like, oh, maybe to see this most incredible diver ever, maybe I'll go on this cruise ship. And then one day Michael comes and he says, Dylan, we're not thinking big enough. You are the best diver, but we need to do something incredible. I'm talking world record. I'm talking the highest dive ever done by a human being. So they decide to build this massive diving board. It'll be this massive spectacle. Everyone's excited about it. It's this huge thing. Michael's excited. He's counting that money because he knows everyone wants to see this. So they build this huge diving board, and Dylan starts climbing it. It takes him ages to climb it, and even though he's been able to perform these dives perfectly, he's getting a bit nervous because the height is insane. But he does it. He jumps up into the air, and he goes down, and he shoots down like a bullet. And as he hits the water, he goes straight through the water, straight through the bottom of the pool, and he smashes through every single deck of the ship. And then he hits the hole and he punctures right through it. And then he swims, out and to the surface, and the crowd is amazed. Fortunately, basic safety precautions mean just one aspect of the hull being pierced doesn't mean the whole ship's going to sink. But still, it's incredible. And Michael goes up to him and he's like, wow, Dylan, that was incredible. That was the most insane dive I've ever seen. And I can't believe you smashed through every single deck of the ship. But there's one thing that's just crazy to me. How did you puncture the hull? This hull was, nothing could have punctured through it. And Dylan said, well, you see, in my life, I've been through some hardships.
That's great. Where did you get that joke from?
I think I may have stole it from Reddit and then basically done the thing of making it as long as I possibly could myself.
Yes. No, that was... I see. So that was your final thought as well. Actually, we need to rate Michael's topic. So, Dylan, go on.
It's a 9.
Oh my God, Dylan, you're sacrificing a chance to win here.
I know, but I'm all about integrity. I love the joke.
Michael, go on.
Well, I guess... I'll be humble and give myself a 9 too.
That means he's won. He's fucking won it this week. Wow.
Unless you give him a 2.
I mean, I'm gonna give Michael an 8 because I didn't find it as funny as Dylan. So Michael wins. So congrats, Michael. Dylan still hasn't won. Dylan still hasn't won since Valentine's Day. A stat which keeps going. So,
well, I could have. I mean, the thing is, I could have easily won just by, give it. It was really funny, Michael. 0 out of 10. But I've got integrity.
And well, the thing is, Dylan, we all have integrity. So unless you're saying the only reason we win is because we don't have integrity.
No, I do apologise if that's what was implied.
You know what, Dylan? Just that implication, I'm going to knock you down.
Okay, so let's have a final thought from Dylan, please.
I couldn't think what present to get my wife for a birthday, so I asked her. With tears welling in her eyes, she replied, "Oh, darling, nothing would make me happier than some diamond earrings." So I got her nothing.
Okay, there we go. That's great. And I will say my final thought now. We are back to doing gay movie parodies next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been The Pope is Gay. In Indian edition. Yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Get out of my channel. I don't know. Bye.
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 Stand of Israel.